Hello everybody, this is Noah, and this is the first episode of BITE-SIZed SCIFI. With this small series, I will be talking about varied topics of the unexplained, each briefly, with the main focus mostly on UFO phenomena, stories, and reports, and the need-to-know history of documented cases and confidential files. So sit back and relax. Here's our first snack. If Roswell is the most commonly known UFO crash and recovery, then Project Blue Book would be the most known document. But there are lesser-known documents that are just as important, and one of those is Project Moondust. Documents have been released, and documents have been hidden, and documents have been forged. Some of them have provided clues about UFO phenomena, and some have not been fully understood when they were released. That is the case with the documents that mention Project Moondust and Operation Blue Fly. There is no doubt that the documents are authentic, and no doubt that the project and operation existed. Moondust, according to the documents uncovered by former Army Sergeant Cliff Stone, a researcher living in Roswell, New Mexico, was an official government project that was designed to retrieve and recover objects of unknown origin. A secret document sent by the Department of State to all American and consular posts about guidance for dealing with space objects which have returned to Earth said the designator moondust is used in cases involving an examination of non-US space objects or objects of unknown origin. Clearly, this can mean they were interested in all objects returning from space that had been launched by any one of the number of foreign nations. Just as clearly, the definition of moondust fits UFOs because that would be objects of unknown origin. Although a large section of the document has been blanked out by the Department of State before they were sent on to Stone, there was still more data available. The document said, "In the examination of an object, the following information should be obtained and reported to the extent possible. Number 1. Pre-impact observations, direction of trajectory, number of objects observed, time of impact, characteristics of the impact area, and circumstances of recovery. Number 2. Description of an injury or damage caused by the object. Provide precise details to the extent possible, but in making any inquiries avoid stimulation claims, especially trivial ones. Number 3. Description of any identifying marks or letters. Number 4. Detailed description of the physical nature and condition of the object, including actual or estimated dimensions, weight, material, construction, etc. Number 5. If possible, photographs of the objects, preferably in color, from various angles using a dimensional reference such as a ruler or a pack of cigarettes. Number 6. Any other information which might be helpful in identifying the object of interest to the USG. Another part of the document was deleted, and then the document said, based on the information provided by the Post, the Department of State, in conjunction with interested agencies, will determine subsequent action required. A sentence or two was deleted, and the document continued. The launching state may be required to furnish identifying data prior to return of the object. The Outer Space Liability Convention elaborates rules and procedures concerning liability for damage caused by space objects and payment of compensation for such damage. Quotes of the relevant articles of the Outer Space Treaty and the Astronauts and Objects Agreement are enclosed, as is the complete text of the Liability Convention. What all this means is that the U.S. government has a policy, laid out in detail and delivered to the proper U.S. agencies, for the retrieval of articles that fall from space. Again, this can refer to anything launched by any country on Earth, but it also covers anything that was manufactured and launched from another planet. And that's just a taste of Project Moondust. That's just the tip of the iceberg. It's a very interesting document, and I suggest further investigation to it. Alright, on to the next.